Okay, we are live, I think. I don't know. I don't know. Let me know if you're here, if you can hear me, if you can see me. Mine's still showing upcoming, so I don't know if we're live. I'm hoping so. I'm gonna turn that down. I've got my chat pulled up, so please let me know if you can hear, if you can see the Design Bundles website. I am hoping that we're live. Hoping we have sound. Okay, we do have some sound. Okay, cool. All right. All right, cool. You guys probably, you're not gonna see my face. I got the new computer and I can't figure out why when I switch from my webcam view, which would be my face, to my desktop view, it keeps freezing on YouTube. So I tested it a couple times, couldn't get it to work, gave up, got mad. So I will test this hopefully this week and see if I can fix it for next time. I'm not sure what's going on. It may be something in my streaming software, but whatever. We'll just move on. We'll work with it. It's fine. So what we're going to do is we are going to be looking here at the Design Bundles dollar deals sale here on Design Bundles. The link is in the chat. It's also in the description if you want to shop through my link. I would so appreciate it. It helps me continue to make content for you. It doesn't cost you any extra. It just earns me a couple dollars here and there so that I can keep making the content. Hello. Thank you guys so much for letting me know you can hear me because, you know, new computers are always fun getting used to them. So we're going to go ahead and start kind of going through the stuff. That way we can kind of get through it all because there are 44 deals. These are all so cute. I looked at them and it's so stinking cute. Oh, all the way from South Africa. Cool. All right, I'm going to ask you a really stupid question because I can't remember exactly where they are. But you say you're in Cape Town. Do you get to see the penguins? I watched this movie or this like little documentary called Penguin Town. And I'm like, I love penguins. And I don't remember what the name of the town was, but I'm wondering if you get to see penguins because just to see like a random penguin just like strolling down the road would be like the coolest thing ever. So yeah. Crazy question, but I have to know. I love penguins. They're so stinking cute. Hello, everybody. Hi. Hope everyone is having a great Wednesday. All right. So let's start with this first one, which I thought was really fun. This is actually Canada Day, Canadian flag leaf tumbler wrap. Now, listen, am I Canadian? No. But do I think these designs are so darn cute? Absolutely, I do. Now, especially if you have somebody who is a hockey fan and especially the Maple Leafs, I feel like any of these designs would be so good because you could add to those to like make them more hockey. Like they obviously have the hockey player here, but they also just have like a Canadian flag and a polar bear, but they have this cute bear in like a superhero cape. And I think that would be so cute to add like maybe like a hockey puck or like a little saying about the Maple Leafs. It could be really fun. So it says, she said, yep, I live in, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that because that's a lot of consonants that I don't go together. About 20 kilometers from Boulders Beach. Oh my God, I'm so jealous. Oh my gosh. Jealous. Like, is it weird to see just a penguin walking down the street? Because I feel like that would be so strange. So anyways, back to these because I just think they're so cute. So again, if you have somebody who is a hockey fan or if you have somebody from Canada or you just really want to make these, go for it. They're so stinking cute. The watercolor design is so fun. Now they obviously have them on tumblers, but the way they are designed, you can kind of see over here, they're single images. So you can use these on anything that you want from t-shirts and totes, coasters. You could probably fit them on to bottle openers, really anything, and they don't have to be just used for sublimation. Like this could be a really fun card that you print on some cardstock. You could make them into stickers with some offsets. So there's a lot that you can have. Oh my gosh, I'm so jealous. Like I would be at that penguin sanctuary all day because I love penguins. I got to pet one once and it was like the coolest experience ever. I was so excited to get to pet a penguin. Now this one here, we have the leather cutting shapes template. So this says that they're leather patch SVGs and they're leather patch borders, leather patch pattern. But here's the thing. They're just shapes. So being that they are just shapes, you don't have to use these with leather. These would be fun shapes for cardstock designs, for vinyl, for anything that you want to use. If you have a laser, you could use these with acrylic, leather, all the things. So just keep in mind that while these do say that they are leather, they're just shapes. So you could use these in any way that you want to. And it says here the template comes with or without the stitching pattern. And that stitching pattern, which I can't talk, is this black border. So you don't even have to worry about that being part of your designs. She says, we do have sea lions walking in traffic sometimes. Penguins are more protected, so we have to go to see them. I feel like Neil the seal is Australian, but I could be wrong. But I follow him on TikTok, and I can't imagine just like a seal just like walking through my neighborhood. That would be crazy. We have like squirrels. That's about like as wildlife as we get. Well, where I live now, we have cows that occasionally like break out. And we did have a goat in our yard one time, which was pretty funny. But he ran real quick. Like he was darting. So that's about as wildlifey as we get. That is so cool. I love that. Here we have a keychain laser mega bundle. And I just saw Winslow's Only Hope says they have some penguins on the aquarium show at the Georgia Aquarium. That show is on Max. I love to check that out because I love all sorts of like documentaries and animals and stuff. So this here says that it's a laser cut bundle, but my guess is that many of these would probably work with your Cricut. So I wouldn't be too concerned about purchasing this if you only have a Cricut or a Silhouette or something, because I do feel like a lot of these could be used just because of like their style, and you could use them for other things. You don't just have to use them for keychains. So I feel like you really could make a lot of fun stuff with this, and it doesn't just have to be for your laser. These are really cool. I love these little like milk and cookies ones. They've got like these cute little florals. You've got a hammer and I think a key, but I can't tell. Squirrels with nuts. I also think that some of these might be able to be made small enough that they might make really cute earrings. So keep that in mind too, that you can do a lot with some of these that isn't just keychains. So I think that would be kind of cool. But yeah, these are super fun. Like I love this one, the Ouija board. That one's super fun. They've got like these little ones that are like duos that you could share with a friend or a family member. Then you have these ones that are like key holders and they click in to these little spots. There's lots of fun ones. So again, I think some of these could work just fine with your Cricut, while other ones probably won't. But I think for $1, it would be worth it if you like some of the designs and want to try them out. Super duper cute. Now this one here is a paper peony. And I saw this when I was kind of previewing, and I just think this is so fun. Like this looks so cool. It looks like a lot of layers, but like way fun to put together. So you can see this is all paper, which sounds insane, but you can see there are tons of layers, and it'll work with any of your cutting machines. Like they kind of have like a list here, but it'll work with any cutting machine because it's just an SVG. And you can see, look at all these layers. And what they do is they use these special tools. And they have like a ball on the end, and then they use them over like a foam, and they can curl them. Now, I am not a paper crafter. I don't know that I would be very good at making this, but I think this could be really fun. This includes 12 different petal templates and 8 different leaf shapes. You can make one lush flower or many different flowers, one for a beautiful bouquet of peonies. So this one's really versatile, which I think is cool. And really, you could let your imagination run wild, combine the petals however you want, and make your own designs. But I do think that one is so cool and just so creative and fun. That's okay, Kristen. You're welcome to hang out. We had peonies at our old house, and they didn't usually bloom until like mid-June. Loved them so much. The new owners tore out all of the landscaping, including the peonies. And we're not going to put them out on our new house yet until we finish our backyard, and then we might add some there. But peonies are so pretty. So, so pretty. So this is a 28 bookmark paper cut. So what's cool about these is you layer them to create this look, but in truth, you don't have to. You can just cut the layer that has the shape in it, and then you can use that as your bookmark. Now, what is also fun about these is that they do say paper cut, but you could use these with a laser if you wanted to. You can use them with cardstock. You can use them with all sorts of different things to create these designs. And I think they're really cool and really, really fun. Bookmarks are a huge, like, popular thing. Reading is, like, so fun, so cool. And I just love how much they, like, you can just make so many different things. So for example, like this one just has a little heart cut out of it. You could easily add an additional cutout if you wanted to. You could write on this. You could do a print and cut with this just to add a little something extra to it and not have it be so plain. Or you could just leave it with the heart. You could add more hearts. So you don't have to leave them just as is, but I do think they're really fun. Bookmarks are definitely a fun item to make. And you can see here they have these plain ones too that you could use. So again, you could do your own thing with them. You could use print and cut, lots of options for that. And they come with a ton of different like shapes and styles. This one is $28. So $28 for $1 is a really, really good price. I think that's so fun. Then this one here, I know, I was so sad. So they tore out all the peonies, and then they also tore out a clematis that was almost as old as the house. The original, so we bought our house from the original owners, and they had built the house in 1951. And I bought my house in 2012. He bought that clematis for their 10-year wedding anniversary, and they'd lived in the house for like 5 years at that point. So that clematis was so old, and it was so lush and beautiful, and they tore it out, and I was so sad about it. Winslow said, I bought similar bookmarks last time, and I used them for my laser printer and then did foil on top layer. Ooh, that would be cute. I like that idea. Who doesn't love a little sparkle? That would be really cool. So this one here is a 55 Motel keychain design. So if you haven't seen the Motel keychains, they're like those, I don't know how old all of you guys are, but like back in the day before key cards were a thing and like wristbands and all of that were a thing, you had to have a physical key. And they would put them on these kind of big plastic keychains that would usually have like your hotel room number right here on the chain or like on the plastic. So now, because obviously with key cards and stuff, these are coming back in style because they're just fun. They're a fun shape. They're cute. They come in tons of colors, and you can do so much with them. Now, again, while these are made to go on these keychains, like they're shaped, some of them are shaped to go on them, you can obviously pull them apart and use them for other things. Like this one could really go on anything. Excuse me, I have the hiccups. This one could go on anything you want it to. It's just going to have a little shape. Like this is just a cowboy boot and some stars. Put it on whatever you want. Doesn't have to go on a hotel keychain. Same with like these. I'm the whole problem. I feel that in my soul a lot. That is so like, some of these are really funny. This one really, the curb hit me. I mean, I feel that in my soul. I'm pretty cool, but I cry a lot. Like these are funny. They're cute. They have a lot of different styles. You can see here, they've got hearts and flowers and different like patterns and butterflies and sayings. So this one's really versatile, and you get 55 for $1. So it's like less than 2 cents for each design. So I think that one is such a good deal. I also do not have a green thumb, Carla. However, we just planted a 30 by 17 garden. Why? I don't know. It was supposed to be 16 by 16, but a certain husband of mine didn't pay attention when he was rototilling. So we have a giant garden. We're just going to pray. We're going to pray for its life because I don't know. I'm probably going to kill it all. We'll see. We'll see. Last year we had quite a few plants and they were doing okay, but then we got army worms and we got squash bugs. So this year I got to be like extra vigilant. Last year was like the first year I really grew anything because we didn't have time the first summer that we were here. This is our third summer. So second summer, we were able to plant a little bit more and like pay better attention. This summer, we're really starting with the garden. We're building the fence on this weekend. So yeah, we got a lot. So this one here is a retro woman SVG bundle. This says it has 71 designs. Now these are super trendy right now. A lot of these like retro style ladies. So keep that in mind that these are so trendy. So if you're somebody who sells, does things like that, definitely an option and such a good deal. These do come with that commercial use license. I will say that this mock-up drives me nuts because that is way too big, but that's okay. This design, really, really cute. I like that they're all kind of like a similar style, which I love when I buy a bundle, especially if I'm going to be making like multiples of something. If I'm going to sell, if I'm going to gift, I like them to look kind of similar. These could also be super fun for like a bachelorette party. If you didn't want to do something super bachelorette, you could have each girl choose one of these designs that like fits them best. So like, you got a friend that's all about their dog. So like that would be a really cute one for them. Then you've got like the lady who's like, I can't live without my coffee. So these could be a really fun like idea for that as well. These could also make really fun cards to send to your friends. So if you wanted to, print them out on front of a card, something like that would be really, really fun. Then let's see. Sorry, my brain just went poof. Like, how cute is this? So cute. These are really fun. I think these look like they would cut really well on your Cricut and be relatively easy to weed, but you can use these for other things. You can get DTF prints, UV DTF prints. You can print and cut them. You could use them with sublimation. So there's a lot of ways that you could use these, and they're not just for cutting with vinyl, which I think is kind of great. Those are really fun. Now I saw this one when I was looking around. This is not something that would cut well at all because it has these little tiny lines. It's just one single font. Like if you're looking for a font to style, it's a good deal at $1, but like, is it something that I think as a Cricut user I would use? No. Would this look kind of cool engraved with a laser? Probably, but like not something I would use if I wanted to cut it out with like vinyl or something. Bird squirrels in Texas heat. Yeah, that does not work well. The birds haven't been bothering it too much yet. We don't really have squirrels because we have one tree, but it's like tiny. So we don't have trees near us. But what we have are the raccoons, the deer, and the rabbits. So we're putting the fence in this weekend to hopefully at least keep the deer out. The rabbits, they'll never stay out. But we do have some like rabbit repellent that we'll put around it. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. This one here is another single font. I think, yeah, last week published bold ligature. Yeah, so this is just a single font called Esther. My friend has a cat named Esther. This one does have some pretty thin lines, but I do like the style of it. I think it's fun how the lines kind of connect. You could probably get this to cut pretty easily, I think. I don't think it looks like it would be difficult. But I do think it looks like a really fun font. And you can see that it has all these extra glyphs, which is what makes those little lines are the glyphs. And this comes with this. So I do think that one's pretty fun. If you're looking for like a cool different font, that one could be super fun to work with. Oh yeah, the skunks. So we don't have sandhill cranes. We don't really like, our birds are mostly like, small birds. We get hawks. We do have eagles, but like they don't seem to bother food, like our vegetables or anything, which is really nice. Oh, that's so fun. Esther's such like a cool, like old lady name that I love it. And I love that it's becoming more popular again to name your kids things like Martha and Esther and June. And I just saw another one the other day that seemed kind of like a little bit more on like, Jillian. More on like that older style name. Dorothy. I saw somebody named Dorothy the other day and I thought that was so cute. She was a little girl and I was so adorable. They call her Dot, which I think is cute too. So this one's another font. This is a Bambi font. Again, this one I think would cut really well on Cricut. It looks like it has nice thick lines. It looks like, cute. It's just kind of your basic standard font, but I think it's nice for $1 if you're looking for a good font. Probably a good one. All right, now this one is really cute, but again, as far as like cutting with vinyl, it does have a lot of thin lines. I do think that you're going to have trouble because of these spaces in the center, but if you could contour them out, then you have like a solid line and I think it would be pretty. But I would consider this font just for these swashes alone. So the swashes here can be used with any font. You would just have to select that font and then use these, or you could use these with any design. So just for those alone, I would consider this font. And I do like here, it's kind of cool. They show you the different options for your different font, like different like lowercase letters. So I do think it's pretty. I just think that it would be tough to cut with a Cricut, but totally worth it, I think, for those extra characters and glyphs that you get, because I think that would be a really fun way to like dress up another design. Now we have another laser bundle. This is 142 designs, Mecco bundle, family puzzle laser cut. My goodness. Some of these are like a absolute mouthful. But these are going to be like puzzles that kind of fit together to create a little family. So like here, you've got a little lion one. You've got whales. You've got, I don't know what that is, a wolf. So these kind of you would cut on wood. you would piece together to make these cute little family designs. So this is not something that you could really use with your Cricut too much. I do think that you could, if you wanted to, cut them on vinyl and cut them on like different colored vinyl and then fit them together on like a sign or a shirt or a tote bag. But in order for them to stack and look like they should in these images, you will have to use wood with your Cricut. So that one isn't, or wood with your laser. That one is not great for the laser. Now this one here is a Black History Month Juneteenth saying and quotes. So this one's going to have, I don't know, did it tell us how many designs? 20. So you're going to get 20 designs. And these are really cool. I like them. I think they're super colorful. They're super fun. I like that they have a lot of different styles as well. So you have some that are super colorful with the red, yellow, and green. But then you have some that I would call like a little more subdued. But then you also have some that are like really gorgeous with the different fonts. Some really cool designs. And what I love about these is that you don't have to do these just for that one holiday. You know, there are ones that you can use all year round that you could, you know, make like this one. It's an all year round design. Really pretty. Love that. Love the font. This one, again, an all year round design. Doesn't just have to be for one single day. And honestly, you could wear these anytime you wanted as well. But I really like the style of them. Whoever designed these, I think, did such a nice job as far as like a cohesive style, but still being different and unique and having like their voice heard with their style, but still keeping it within, you know, a cohesive look. This one here is a 215 men's designs mega bundle laser cut. Now again, it says men. You don't have to just make these for men. I hate that when they do that. It's for anyone. So it looks like we've got lots of things like a wine and cheese holder, which looks hysterical. You've got keychains, you've got signs, you've got phone holders, name tags, all sorts of things. Signs, key holders, lots and lots of designs. I do think that most of these are going to be best for your laser. Probably not going to be great to cut on a Cricut, but really cool. This one cracks me up, this little like wine and cheese holder. I think that's hysterical. That's such a creative idea. These are really fun too. Like they turn, so those are super cool. But yeah, this is definitely more of like laser only type files because they do need to be more sturdy and be able to be held up a little bit more. This one here, we have a religious bookmark sublimation bundle Bible quotes. You get 42 PNGs, and these all are very floral. They're very watercolory, very like springy and fun. These would make like really fun gifts if you're in a Bible study group. These could also be a really fun craft to do with everybody. Maybe you print these out and press them, and then everybody gets to make a little beaded part to them. Lots of things that you could do with these. And again, not necessarily have to go on a bookmark. They are cut to fit a bookmark and like designed that way. But I do feel like you could do these on a mug if you wanted to, or a tumbler. It doesn't necessarily just have to be a bookmark. So there's a lot you can do with them. The sayings are very cute. The flowers are really pretty. I think those are really fun. And like I said, I feel like those would just make a fun craft and a fun way to do something cool with a group of your friends or whatever and just make a fun craft. Those would also be really fun for like a preschool or even, I don't know, any Sunday school set of kids that they could make and take home. That would be really fun. So this here is a 26 kitchen towel bundle. These are high quality PNGs. So again, use them how you want. They don't have to go on kitchen towels. But they're all kind of coffee themed, it looks like. I love that it almost looks like spilled coffee behind them. I think that is so cute. This looks like the kind of coffee I would drink without coffee in it because coffee and caffeine, not my friend. But I think these are so stinking cute. The sayings are adorable. Again, I think these would be fun on mugs. I think these would be fun on a sign. These would be fun on a t-shirt. I mean, honestly, you could use them in a lot of different ways. So it's not just for kitchen towels. But I love the different styles of the glasses. I like the different sayings. Again, keeping it cohesive without it all looking exactly the same is super nice. So I do think that's a really fun one. These would also make really fun gifts. So that's a really cool one. I saw this one when I was looking through and I didn't get a chance to click on it because I was busy, but I just thought these were so cute. So these are fruit and berry hearts, and they're just berries and fruits made into the shape of hearts, but using, little fruit pieces. And I think they're so cute. They show them here on some mugs. You could put these on shirts. Like, how stinking cute is this? And you could put you could add your own text to it and put very cute or, something about summer on it. So there's a lot that you could do with these. Here's it looking cute on a tote. Now this is, again, something you'd use for sublimation, DTF, UV DTF, print and cut. These are not items you would cut with vinyl, but I do think they're really fun. I'm really tempted to get this one just because I think they're so cute. Like this berry one, are just adorable. And we're going to be building onto our garden. We're going to add what we call a berry house. And we call it a berry house because it has to have coverings to keep the birds out. And I'm thinking how cute would it be if I made a little sign to go on the front of our berry house door with those. I think that would be so cute. Look at this, just a one big strawberry. I think these are so cute. You get so many great designs. There's 73. There's probably a fruit for everybody. We'll get it. Do I need it? No. Do I think it's adorable? Absolutely, yes. It shouldn't. So because these are high quality PNGs, they're 300 DPI, you really can resize them fairly large. Without any effect on the details and the look. I actually have a video coming out I'm working on right now. We're going to be doing some information using Canva. We're going to do some Canva hacks to work with your Cricut. And one of the things that I'm going to talk about is how to make sure your image is super high quality so that you can move it over to Cricut without having any resizing issues and quality issues. And no, having a 300 DPI is perfect for that. Now, these are 3D Amsterdam houses, and these are made from paper. And I thought these were so cute when I saw them. These are just really fun, and I was thinking these would make really cute decor. You could put a little candle in them like they show here, and it a little book nook. So they're really fun, and you can see very detailed. For somebody that's me, I would not be good at making these probably, because paper cuts and I just don't get along, but look at how fun they are. Now, these come in all the different types: PNGs, SVGs, JPGs, EPS, PDF, DXF. So if you're a crazy person and you want to cut this out by hand, you could. But I would do it with a Cricut because Lord knows I'm not sitting here trying to cut all those little tiny pieces. They put a little bit of vellum behind them for the windows, and then you've got these really cool little lantern houses. And I just thought these would be so fun. You could even decorate these up a little bit more to make them for a holiday if you wanted to make them a little more Christmassy. Use different colors, add some embellishments, things like that. So you could really do these for holiday decor as well. I loved this one here, but again, way detailed, probably not something my sad paper skills could attempt. But I do think they're really fun. And if you're a paper crafter, for $1, something this detailed is such a good deal. And I just think they're really cute. And again, you can use your own colors to make them however you want them to look. So match your decor, match the holiday, whatever you want to do with them, you can do. Now this here is a Patriotic mug bundle, but again, doesn't have to be used on a mug. This is 34 PNG files. And these they do say they're sized for the mugs, but again, you can resize them. So these I think would be so cute for little kids t-shirts for the 4th of July, because look how darling these little animals are. You get so many. There are raccoons and dogs and gnomes and ice cream cones and cows and eagles and ducks and cats. So there is literally something for everybody in the bundle. And I just think they're so cute. These 3 little kittens are so precious. You guys know me. I love cats. I think that is such a cute design. I think I'm going to get them. I might make a quick little reel with them because I just think those would be so fun to put on all sorts of stuff. How cute. Just so stinking cute. Now this is a Sarcastic office design, and this says that it has 50 designs. I find it funny that this is the photo that comes up when you open it. I think they maybe made a little mistake when they put the photos in, but that's okay because these are really cute. Again, these are going to be for sublimation, UV DTF, DTF, print and cut, things like that. But these are, again, high quality PNG designs, so they can be used in a lot of different ways. I think some of these are really funny, like this duck one, absolutely not. I feel that in my soul. Smile, nod, survive, girl boss. Like, these are just funny. I just think they're cute. They're creative, elegantly annoyed. Zero chill. Running late is my cardio. So there's cows and cats, and there's a beaver on a flamingo. I don't know. I don't know who comes up with these things. A duck on a flamingo. But they're really funny. This one kind of doesn't match the style of the rest. Does this one, but I like them. I think they're fun. So you get 50 designs, which is a lot. That's 2 cents a design if you can't math like me. But you can see, you can really use these on anything. Like, these would be fun mugs. They would be fun shirts, tote bags, all sorts of things. I just think they're great. And these do come with the transparent background. So you're going to be able to easily print them out and use them for whatever you want to make. The patriotic animals would be really cute stickers. If you're going to go to like a 4th of July parade, maybe and hand things out, those would be really cute stickers. So this one here is for Procreate, and these are Procreate brushes. If you don't know what Procreate is, it is a program for iOS devices, meaning your iPad or your Apple iPhone. And these are brushes, meaning that you can take and draw, and it will draw out these diamonds when you're using your drawing feature. These I'll just go kind of quickly through because it's not really something that I use. I do have Procreate. I just play with it. I don't really actually do anything on it. Just kind of like a nice, fun thing to play with. But that's just Procreate brushes. Now this is called Yankees Classic, and they call this an athletic font. So you're getting one font with this design, but this is really fun. It has like this cool swash. It includes all of that. It includes the different types of the fonts, including the extruded. So you see you have the regular, the outline, and then this is the extruded, which is basically the big fat offset. And then it's got some different lowercase and little glyphs and swashes. So it's really fun. Like, you can make these fancy names. Really cute. It's very, as they say, a classic style, but it's very reminiscent of some of those old-timey baseball jerseys. This here is the Dream Catcher inspirational quotes. You're getting 20 designs in this one, and it's got lots of like bohemian feel to it, very Moonchild, as you will. So you've got like dream catchers and girls and feathers, all sorts of stuff here. And you're going to get all these different designs. Now, what's kind of cool is if you don't want to use the wording on them, take the wording off. You can just use the moon. You can just use the sun catcher or the dream catcher. You can use these in a lot of different ways. Now, they show them kind of printed, or you could use them with like a pattern vinyl here or sublimation to create something like this. Or you can cut them on vinyl or HTV, whatever you want to do with them, because they are built to be used that way. Now this one here is a sarcastic bundle. We always get like at least one sarcastic bundle per, design. Now this one says, this one says that we have an SVG, a PNG, a PDF, a DXF, and an EPS. Tons to choose from. So with this one, we have, let me see if they have bigger pictures of some of them. This is, I was social distancing before it was cool. Caution, I have no filter. The master of disguise. Sarcasm is my love language. I'm not lazy, I'm energy saving mode. Sarcasm, sprinkle that stuff everywhere. I love the background of this with like the stars cut out. I kind of love that. Like, that's something that I would love to teach you guys how to do. If that's something you're interested in learning, let me know. I'm going to take a quick little picture of it so I remember, because that would be like a really fun one, I think, to show you guys how to make your background look like that, because it's really neat. My hair is the crown I never take off. Yeah, lots of fun ones. So that one's got a lot to choose from. Again, you're getting, I don't know how many, 20. So it's a pretty good deal, 20 designs. All right, we got a few more rows to go here. This one's so cute. So this one is 400 dog breeds, 33 dog faces, so many things. So you see that you've got like these silhouettes. You also have like line drawing type situation, and you also have a font. So with this one, you're getting this font that has these little dogs cut out of it, which is so dang cute. Little dog paws, all sorts of cutesy stuff. Now this is going to be an SVG font, meaning that you will have to upload each letter individually, but that's okay. Super easy to do. And then you get one that doesn't have the designs out of it. So you do get a couple different styles of that, which I think is so fun. Then you get all these different dog breeds. I'm not going to go over all of them, but my goodness, so many. And then those are all like the silhouettes, but then you're also going to get those line faces that have like more detail to them. And you get 33 breeds of dogs for this one. So you get a ton in this design. Like so worth the money, especially if you are a dog lover. Totally a great deal on that one, which I think is so darn fun. Then what else we got? These ones. Oh, I thought these ones were really cool when I saw them. So this is 15 American Eagle designs, and they are very patriotic. Again, perfect for the holidays, perfect for summertime, perfect for garden flags, for mugs, for t-shirts, for I could go on and on. This could go on anything that you want to. So don't feel like you just have to use them in the way they say. But I just love the colors. I like the styles. I think they're really fun. Again, could be really fun stickers if you're handing something out for the 4th of July. There's just a lot of ways that you could use these. And I think they're really, really fun. Honestly, for EPS and DXF, I don't truly know because most of the machines use SVGs. I want to say that like the EPS you can use with your silhouette, but don't quote me because I really don't do it too often. I usually just delete those files because they're just not files that I use for anything. So I don't want them taking up space on my computer. But yeah, a lot of people use them for like all the different like cutting machines. I want to say Brother Scan and Cut might be able to use EPS. Don't quote me, but I think so. So yeah, this one has quite a few, 15 designs, really cool designs, fun to work with. This one here I saw and I thought, that's strange, but I kind of like it. They're like flannel pillow letters. Now again, this is going to be a PNG font, meaning that when you are using this, you have to upload each individual letter one at a time. So whatever you're going to spell out, you'd have to upload. But this comes with a bunch of the different like colors of flannel, different styles, and then they look kind of puffy, like 3D, which is why I called them like a pillow, because that's what they remind me of, but they look almost puffy. And these would be great for sublimation, for print and cut, for lots of things, but I just thought those were sort of fun. Not something I would personally use, but I do think they're cool. It's definitely something different. Now this one here is a summer animal tumbler bundle, and this is a tropical summer design, and it's 110 PNG design. So it's going to have lots of animals. We've got flamingos, cows, sea turtles, dolphins, toucan, and you can see that some of the designs are like full designs, but also there are some that are just like a circle, and you could really, again, use them for whatever you want. They don't necessarily have to go on a tumbler. So designs like this, I have used them and I've just kind of cut them up a little bit and made bookmarks out of them. I've also used them on t-shirts. I've used them in lots of ways because you can always take and turn them into a shape. So like you want to make a heart, you want to make a circle, whatever, you can absolutely do that with these designs. So don't feel like it's just tumblers. If there's something in here that you really, really like and you want to make into something, it's very easy to do just using shapes or just resizing things. So even if you wanted to put these on a mug, you absolutely could. It would be very, very easy to do. You could put them on t-shirts. Really, really fun. Carrie asks, has anyone used engraved laser cut SVGs as just SVGs? Carrie, I have a couple videos on that and how to do that here on YouTube. It depends on the design. So not all laser cut files will work with your Cricut as just a standard SVG because of either the way the file is built or made to be put together. So I'll go back and show you one really quick. Let me get through these really fast and I'll pop back over to one of our designs. So again, kind of get the idea, tropical animals. Let me go back to, I want to go back to this one because something like this barn, this wine barn here, you would not be able to use that on your Cricut. The Cricut A, number one, the tabs, the way they make them, you can't glue them together. B, it needs to be really sturdy in order to hold the items. And C, your cardstock isn't going to be able to hold the shape regardless. But something like this one here, do you see this floral thing? So it says that it's a wooden lapel pin, but all it is just a bunch of layered designs, layered pieces. So in order to use those, you absolutely can, because you can just cut these with cardstock, cut them with vinyl and layer them. You could cut them with faux leather if you wanted to, or leather. So something like this where it's flat, it doesn't need to be held together. Something like that would work fine. Same with like these little like car hangers. You could absolutely cut those until like with another product and place them together. But if it's something like this box that has to be held together, it ain't gonna work. And not all files are created equal, as is true with just about any type of SVG. So you may buy a file thinking you can use it, and it might not always work out, but that's just sort of something as you start working with it, you learn what works and what doesn't. So I hope that helps. I hope that explains it a little bit. This one here is the Grumpy Old Man mug, and this has like these cutesy little old guys on it with like little funny sayings, and I think it's really cute. I think they're funny. I think if you've got the old guy in your life that might find these funny, it's totally worth it because you get a ton of them. And again, put them on whatever you want. They don't have to go on mugs. I'm not going to go through every single one of these because there are so many, but like they're pretty funny. They are pretty funny. I do like those. This one here is the Cute Summer Fairies. Now again, this is a high quality PNG. You can resize these. You can make them big. Somebody mentioned a wind spinner. Kristen mentioned a wind spinner. I saw these when I was browsing earlier, and that was my first thought, is how pretty would these be as wind spinners? The colors are really gorgeous. The 3D element would look really cool. And again, like they show them made into stickers. You can make these into anything that you want to, and I think that's really fun. Car coasters would be really pretty with these. Keychains could be really pretty. You could make like a shrinky dink with these, which I also think would be so pretty. So there's a lot of ways that you can use this design, and I just think they're gorgeous. They've got some that are kind of more shapy, some circle styles. There are so many designs in here, so you get a lot in this bundle. You're getting 37 designs that, again, use how you want. I think they're really cool. Now, remember we saw those animals before? This little duck in this design reminded me of those. But this here is a funny skeleton sublimation bundle. And these are going to kind of have some fun, bright colors. They're going to be a little bit goofy and silly. And these have been a pretty popular style over the last about year or so. So they are really cute. They are, the colors, like I said, whoever designed these, I love the colors that they chose. I think they're really fun. This one absolutely cracks me up. I love this one. Good Moms Say Bad Words. The little bubbles, the coffee, it's also cute. The hairstyles, the bows, the earrings, the glasses. It's just fun. I just think these are super fun. Really cool. If you love the colors, highly recommend those. They're really, really fun. This one here is a soccer ball. So this is a DIY paper soccer ball. Now, I'm not exactly sure if this would work with your Cricut. I don't know that it would. It only comes in a PDF, but you could always convert that PDF and see if maybe your Cricut could cut it. But since I don't know how it's built, this could still be really fun because it is, you just print it out. It's 7 pages. You print it out, you glue it together, you got a paper soccer ball. Do I have any desire to make a paper soccer ball? I don't. Do I think this is really fun and could be like cool party decor? Absolutely. Like if you've got a kid graduating and maybe he played soccer or maybe he's going into college to play soccer, these would be really fun to put like on the tables as centerpieces, but a lot of work, but totally cool. I think those are really fun. This one here is we were just talking about gardening. Maybe we need these. This is the Gardening Housewife 16 PNG files. I think these are hysterical. I might need to print this one out since you would make great fertilizer and put that on the garden gate because that would be really funny. Hoeing ain't easy. Grow your own happiness. Feeling cute might die later. Be kind to our bees. Gardeners know the best dirt. Crazy plant lady. I love these. These are really funny. I think I'm going to get these. Gardening cheaper than therapy and everybody gets tomatoes. I mean, true. We always are overrun with tomatoes. I love this You Would Make Great Fertilizer one, though. Gardening because murder is wrong. I garden so I don't choke people. Save a life, send mulch. I like to play in the dirt. These are so cute. Yeah, I think I need to get these ones. I really like that one, but I really like the Trespassers Will Be Composted. I'm totally getting that one. It's so cute. This one here is and again, another sarcasm bundle. We get a lot of these, but I feel like they're popular, so of course they're going to keep selling them. So this one says, the chains of my mood swings just broke. Nope, not today. Overworked and under intoxicated. Just stop. Just no. Really cute. These are fun. Again, use them how you want. These are pretty simple designs, which is a good thing, especially if you're just getting started, because using a simple design is going to help you learn how to weed and help you learn how to apply vinyl without wanting to rip your hair out using something really complicated. Because I will say I did a really complicated design for my first design and it was awful. So this is another bookmark bundle, but this one is PNGs, which again, remember, you don't have to use these for bookmarks, but they are mostly going to be sized in that way. These would be such pretty designs for UVDTF. Those are really cool. I love these little raccoon ballerinas. Like, how cute. You've got a deer. You've got unicorns, bunny rabbits, kitty cats, lots of ballerinas. You got like these fall ones. Like if you're a seller at fall markets, these would probably sell really well. So cute. Kind of like a dark emo thing. I did see at one of my markets, somebody was selling Blind Date with a Book. And the way they let you know what style that book was it came with a bookmark that was a similar vibe to the book. And then they gave you like a quick little synopsis of the book. But I thought that was really a cute way to do it. And this would be really fun. You get so many styles that like you could probably make these kind of work with whatever that book vibe is. So like fantasy, romance, all those things. These could be super fun. I think they're really fun. These Christmas ones are super cute. So if you had like some holiday reads, really fun. 215 designs for $1 is a heck of a deal. This one here is a family creator bundle. Now I've shown you these before where you basically take the little images, the little characters, and you make them yourself. It's kind of like piecing together the clip art to create your family. So this one, you've got cats, you've got kids, you've got grandparents and parents, so many things, a dog. So you have a lot of options here. It says that it came with like 13 different characters. So you have a ton to make your family any way that you want it. And then you add the text and you're good to go. This one here is a baseball mama bundle. I saw these and thought they were adorable. I love this one with the bow. The baseball mom one is so cute. Raising ballers. This one with the bow is adorable. So many fun designs. Now again, these are very colorful. They will require things like print and cut, sublimation, DTF or UDDTF to use them. But they look like they're super high quality. They're really cute. And they don't necessarily just have to be for mom. If you want to go to a baseball game and you want a cute shirt, this one would be perfect. You could add your favorite team name to the bottom if you wanted to. All sorts of things. Same with this one. Does not have to be just for moms. Such a cute design. Now, obviously that one, sure, only for moms. But like some of these are really easily just cute baseball shirts. With summer, we know we love a good baseball season. And they have a ton of different styles. They also include the softball versions, which I think is really fun. The ballpark versions, thou shalt not steal unless you can beat the throw. Really cute designs. So if you're looking for something that's a little more sporty, I think these are adorable, super cute, really great designs, and they have a ton of different options. So I do think that one's really cute. We don't really have a baseball stadium anywhere near us, but I would consider making one of those shirts. They're very cute. This is a summer wood sign SVG bundle. You're going to get 4 different designs here, and they're really, really cute. So you've got this lemony one, you've got a watermelon, you've got like a water one, and then this one with a flamingo. Now again, can you cut this with vinyl and all of that? Sure. Can you cut it with a laser? Sure. There's a lot you can do with these. So it's really easy to work with, and you can resize these to any size that you want for your wood round so that they fit on to your design. Now this one here is a children's room sign laser cut. Now, this is a great example. Can I use this with my Cricut? Yes, because it's flat. Even though it's got that little 3D element because they cut it with wood, you could easily use the little animals and the little sign parts and put them on to a wood round. You could put them on to a rectangular sign. Whatever it may be, you could cut these out of cardstock if you wanted to. So these are able to be used with your Cricut because they don't have to be interlocked together. They just lay together. I hope that makes sense, but that's one way to know, can I use it with my Cricut? Now, do you maybe need to do a little bit of work to make it work for your Cricut? You might. It's going to depend on how the files are created. So you may end up with just these paws and you'd have to kind of figure out how to make this piece. Same with like these because it's just painted. But without buying the file, I don't know how they're put together. So it's always hard to tell. It's a little bit of a crapshoot, but it can absolutely be done. You just may need to modify a little bit to work with them. Now this one here is a summer wood round. Again, another laser cut bundle. However, it's flat. They don't have to go together and interlock and stand up. So you can use these with your Cricut. I'm going to actually be having a video that's coming out. I'm not sure exactly when. Let me look. I think it doesn't come out till June. It looks like June 14th. I have a video that's going to show you how to use a sign like this for your Cricut. It's made for lasers, but you can use it with your Cricut. So I'm going to show you how to do that because it is super easy. It's just a matter of modifying it just a little bit. So you absolutely can use these. If this is something you're interested in and you want to make them, you can do this with your Cricut. I think the signs are really, really cute. I am going to get them because I might make a sign for a friend who just moved into a house with a pool. Now this one here is the 4th of July Garden Flag Sublimation Bundle. You're getting 20 PNG designs. Again, do they have to be garden flags? No. Use them how you want. Are they cute? Yes. The puppy, Dog Bless America, hysterical. Love it. Love the chickens. That would be very appropriate where I live. We have a lot of chickens. Cows. There are so many designs in this, so you've got a little bit of something for everyone. You've got gnomes, you've got dogs, bread trucks, mason jars, flip-flops. So there's like a vibe for everybody, and I think that the quality of these images is so nice and just super cute. You know, somebody with a doodle? Perfect. So these are, again, for sublimation, but use them how you want. Now we do have another sublimation garden flag bundle, and this one is more just kind of general summery. They could be good for spring too. So you do have kind of a little more option here. This one does have a lot in it. You've got, oh my goodness, that was very loud. I am so sorry. My timer on my phone went off. Sorry, that was probably insane. But you do have so many to choose from. There's florals, there's berries, there's these cute ones with mason jars. So there's a lot of them to choose from. You have 58 designs. They are high resolution, which is fantastic. Everybody loves a nice high resolution design. Now I'm going to go ahead and move on to our next one. This one here is an earring laser cut design. I'm not sure how these are set up. So I don't know that I would recommend getting these for your Cricut because I don't know how they're set up. You could use them for a lot of things, but based on like the picture here, it doesn't tell me anything about what these look like when it comes to the like setup of the SVG. So I'm not sure. My best guess is they're set to engrave and then you paint them, but I'm not sure. Now I saw these and thought these were absolutely darling. These are some baby name signs. And again, they say laser cut, but you can use your Cricut because they're flat. So being that they're flat, you can absolutely do that. The only ones I will warn you about are like these ones where some of the images come up over the wood round. Those are not going to work great, but something like this where it's just trees and a deer and you've got, you know, flat designs, you can absolutely use them for your Cricut. You can see here that it shows you all the different pieces that it comes in. And again, you're gonna have some parts that might need to be kind of adjusted, but with the right like amount of time, you can do it. Or you can always cut them out on some cardstock and color them, whatever you want to do, but these could be used. You're just gonna have to use a little bit of creativity to make it work, but they are pretty fun. Now we made it through that whole thing and I'm pretty darn proud of us because it is only, I don't know, noon 37, if you will, which is pretty gosh darn good. If you guys have any questions, shout them out now. My cats are getting mad because I haven't fed them yet. I'm actually shocked she hasn't screamed. There she is. I hope you guys heard her. She's mad. That's Waffles. She wants her lunch. But I'm going to get these 4 designs. So I'm going to get the Summerwood Round sign. I'm going to get the Gardening Housewife. I'm going to get the Patriotic Mug Bundle and the Fruits and Berries clip art. I'd love to know what you guys got because I just think it's so fun to like see what you guys make. So I'm pretty pumped for these designs. I think we got some really cute ones. I think they're adorable. I don't know about y'all, but I think they did a good job this month. I didn't need a lot, but I think they're doing a better job of giving us more variety. They're doing a better job of giving us designs that we can use for holidays without waiting until that very month of the holiday, because we were waiting until like June to get designs for 4th of July, and the 4th of July is just a couple days later, and so you didn't have a lot of time to work with them. So I think they're doing a much better job. They've been listening pretty well to us, saying, hey, this is what we want. Can you, work with us, figure it out? So they've been doing a really good job. But I'm going to pop off here because I do have to go take care of the cats. But feel free to reach out to me on any of my social media channels. Always happy to answer any of your questions. I hope you all have a fantastic day. You're going to see my studio for a second here. And I do hope you all have a wonderful time and happy crafting.